Good morning. Welcome to Tank Time. Today we're here at the Daphnia enclosure, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the nitrogen cycle, what it means, why it's important, and how to go about cycling a tank. So basically you have a brand new tank, you set it up, and you fill it with water. You treat the water, and you get everything all set, and you're ready for fish? Maybe. There's one thing missing. Because every tank that's established has two kinds of bacteria. One is called the autotrophs, and the other heterotrophs. Now, when a fish is introduced into an aquarium, it will release waste in the form of poo, urine, and also uneaten food will release ammonia as well. Ammonia builds up and is very toxic. It will kill your fish, and it will especially kill your invertebrates like shrimp, snails, and whatnot. So what happens is, after a week or so, the heterotrophs start appearing, and they break down the ammonia. They break the ammonia down into a form called nitrite. Now, nitrites are rather toxic too, but not as bad as ammonia. But they're still very tough on shrimp, scaleless fish, and snails. Now, after about 3 to 4 weeks, the automorphs start taking a hold. Now, they reproduce at a very much slower rate than the heteromorphs, or heterotrophs. So it takes about 3 to 4 weeks for them to grab on and start breaking those nitrites down into nitrates. Now, the nitrates start to build up, and we handle that with regular water changes. 25 to 30% water change weekly to bi-weekly will keep your nitrates at an acceptable level, which should be less than 40 ppm, ideally less than 25 ppm. I'm at sort of a disadvantage here being in farm country, where the water already has a certain amount of nitrates in it, about 20 ppm as what I measured. So, since it's expensive to switch to bottled water, and probably stressful too, my fish seem to be okay with the arrangement I have now. I'm not going to change anything at all. So that being said, I'll show you what the nitrate and nitrite kits look like. Here's a nitrate kit. I always keep one of these around, especially for tanks that are established. An established tank should read 0 ammonia, 0 nitrites, and less than 40 or less, ideally less than 25 nitrates per ppm, per parts per million gallons. That might sound like a small amount, but if you think about it, a fish is swimming around in its own toilet. Here's the nitrite kit. Unfortunately, I do not have an ammonia testing kit. But here's the nitrite. When your ammonia goes down, your nitrites go up. There are also other kits like this pH kit. There are kits to test for water hardness. And all kinds of things. here in the big tank, things seem to be well in order. Everybody's having their breakfast. There's my little neon goby. Nice algae eater. There's Megalon. Big and bad as ever. He's all bark. He doesn't have the hardware or the mouth parts to do any damage to any fish in this tank. I have ascertained that since the last video. A couple of flower shrimp and a farlowella and a nerite snail. 2 more farlowellas. He sure is out and about now that he's discovered where the food is. Used to never see this guy. Of course, we have the gudgeon gobies here. Yeah, a nice nerite snail parked up on the Flintstone Cave. Oh, ghost shrimp. I introduced a dozen of these guys, a dozen more. Try to get some reproduction going on in here. I like these guys. They're good cleanup crews. They're cool to look at. And plus they breed. And their spawn will feed my gudgeon gobies very nicely, as well as everybody else. There's another one back there. These are fast becoming a very important part of the tank. All my denizens are important. Mr. Clown Loach. And the Moscow Black Guppy. And his wife. And a couple of black neon tetras. Here's the other female guppy. And Mr. Showmanship. Looks like he's trying to nest again. He really likes that heater. There we go. There's a shot. Gudgeon goby and a couple of black neons. They sure love a good planted tank. It's a coolie loach. Or 2. And a ghost shrimp. There's an up-and-coming male guppy back there. He's starting to show color. He is developing his male prowess. Arrgh. He is such a reluctant dragon. A big paper tiger. A couple of clown loaches and a flaming arrow goby. Boy, these guys sure come a running when the blackworms hit the water. All of them do. Especially these guys. God, I just love these guys. I love my clown loaches too. And there's a Pandagara. It's a nice tight little school. There's that little male. I've either got to get the two females and all the babies out of there, or that extra male. My plan in the end is to have only male guppies. That way I won't have that numbers problem that I get with guppies. They can reproduce at a frightening rate. Well, I think I'll close out. A shot of these guys. Nice little cluster of activity going on there. As well as over here. It's my favorite part of the day is right now. Well, until next time. Here's a ghost shrimp. I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.